Goomy Community Day is nearly here, and with it, Goodra will be receiving the brand new charged move of Thunder Punch. How does this attack impact this gooey dragon though? Well, let's dive right in and find out. Welcome back everyone. As seems to be tradition at this point, Goomy arrives as our June Community Day, making it the fourth 3-stage dragon type in a row to have its event in June specifically. Seems pretty safe to assume next year's will be Jangmo-O, right? But with this event, Goodra will be receiving the exclusive move of Thunder Punch. And this is kind of an odd move update, especially after the recent GBL season just gave a bunch of Pokemon Thunder Punch, but for free. But whatever. Now I'll preface this analysis detailing Goodra's raid potential, or lack thereof. Even if Goodra had received a Dragon-type charged move like Breaking Swipe or Outrage, it was never going to be a great raid attacker. Its 220 attack is 40 less than dragons like Garchomp and Dragonite, and even lower than things like Salamence, Haxorus, and Rayquaza. Even with an OP move, it was never going to even approach any of them. But moving over to PvP, what does Thunder Punch do for Goodra? Well, you're probably familiar with this move, being 40 energy and 55 power. A pretty classic bait move. As for Goodra, it does pretty well in PvP, having nice bulky defenses, and its stats are high enough to give it play in all 3 leagues, most prominently the Great League and Master Premier though. Now last season saw Goodra getting the buffed Aqua Tail, so its preferred moveset up to this point has been Aqua Tail alongside Power Whip or Draco Meteor. It does pretty well too, acting as a less spammy, but still bulkier version of Dragonair in the Great League, and a dragon with pretty interesting coverage in the upper 2 leagues. Thunder Punch is definitely not what I would have expected for Goodra, but that isn't to say the move doesn't do good things for it. The cheap, same 55 power Aqua Tail is pretty necessary for Goodra, seeing that it helps cover various weaknesses like Galarian Stunfisk, Skeledirge, and Excadrill across the different leagues. Putting Thunder Punch alongside Aqua Tail, taking the place of one of the higher damage moves, is an interesting choice, but it's what I think will be the best way to run it. Compared to Power Whip, Thunder Punch Goodra is able to deliver blows to water-type targets faster, giving up extra damage for more speed. There definitely are some advantages to Thunder Punch Goodra, with it having the potential to pick up some wins against Pokemon like Mantine, Altaria, Mandibuzz, Skarmory, and more, which is definitely nice. At the same time though, giving up the power and grass coverage of Power Whip may mean that you lose to some other Pokemon like Whiscash, Vigoroth, Carbink, and more. So in the Great League, I'd say it's a side grade that can be better or worse depending on the meta and your team. In the Ultra League though, I'd say it's mostly a downgrade, seeing that either Power Whip or Draco Meteor both provide a lot more wins that Thunder Punch can't. This is partly because there are less flying and water types in the Ultra League. In the Master League though, the move is mostly a downgrade, seeing that it loses more valuable wins than it gains with Thunder Punch. But in Master Premier, things get more interesting. Its win rate is generally worse with Thunder Punch than either Power Whip or Draco Meteor. However, Thunder Punch gives Goodra a big leg up over Gyarados specifically, who is one of the most common Master Premier Pokemon, so I would say beating it is honestly a lot bigger than things like Ursaluna or Snorlax. Overall though, this move is decent, maybe? It has its advantages, don't get me wrong, specifically in the Great League and Master Premier, but it's mostly just a side grade or a small upgrade. This isn't a Meteor Mash Metagross or a Breaking Swipe Haxorus situation. I would definitely say Goodra with Thunder Punch is nice to have, but not really essential. You could still run it with Aqua Tail and either of its nuke moves. Down in the comments though, let me know what your thoughts are on this Community Day. As far as June Comm Days go, I can't help but be a bit let down by this one. Obviously Goodra was never going to be a good raid attacker, but I was still kinda hoping it would get a unique move to help it out much more in PvP, but instead getting a move that's just kind of a side grade is pretty disappointing. Still, I do look forward to shiny hunting Goomy and getting some with good PvP IVs, both with and without the move. If you like this video though, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming videos, including some special videos for GoFest, so stay tuned. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching, and best of luck on Goomy Comm Day. Take care.